Hi, this is the video that will show you how to do the National Practical Exam. This national license will be able to work in all 50 states without having to get it transferred. So with that being said, the practical exam has changed a little bit too. So therefore we are doing a new video to show you the steps of how to pass your exam or practice it. So everything is packed in this bag for you if you are my students, and it says pre-sanitized because everything in there has already been sanitized and cleaned beforehand. And we would put this like right underneath our table. So in the exam room you will have two tables. One table you will be doing your exam and the table behind you. So we start by doing our setup, and this takes 10 minutes. They let us have 10 minutes to do this step. So you open your bag, you take out your container that says multi-use, lay it on your table, and you take out your setup bag, lay it on your table, and you want to zip up your bag so it's not contaminated. Then you go up here and you just open it up and put on your gloves. Take out your hand sanitizer and sanitize your hands. Take off your trash bag, and I've labeled it single use, like that. And so you just open up your trash bag, and usually at the examination site there's a hook for you to hook up your trash bag right here, or if not, you can take tape and tape it to the table. So after you've taped your trash bag or hook it on under the table, then you sanitize your hands. Every time you touch your trash bag, you have to sanitize your hands, okay? They score you very big on sanitation. Then you take out your disinfectant wipes. And you want to disinfect your table. So you just fold that up, just wipe down the table, just like that. And then you throw away your paper, your disinfectant paper, and you sanitize your hands. Then now you can go ahead and take out everything else that was in your bag. And that is just your first aid kit, okay? Just in case you nick yourself. So then after that, you just throw this in your big trash bag. And now you sanitize your hands because you have touched your trash bag. Now you want to disinfect the table that you will be sitting at. So you take one and you sanitize your table. And then you would sanitize your chair, okay? Arms of your chairs and the legs of your chair. So make sure you sanitize real good. Then you turn around, you throw it in your trash bag, and you sanitize. And once you're done, you raise your hand. So the next portion of your exam is the manicure portion, and they give you 25 minutes to do this, okay? So now I would go into my bag, and I'll take out my manicure bags, and of course my hand. So I'm just gonna lay it on the table, and then I'm gonna zip up my bag. Now I want to bring my hand sanitizer over to this station. I take out my hand, lay it there, turn around, throw it in the trash, sanitize my hands, and now I will open my first bag. And in here is another trash bag that we will need to tape on the side of our table. And it is also labeled single use. Okay, so I'm just gonna tape it to my table, like so. And then I'm gonna lay out my towels. And there is a proper way to do this. So your very first towel, you want to open it up and lay it like this. The second towel is for the armrest. So you roll it up. Second towel. And your third towel is just to put your tools on, so it just looks neatly. So if you guys watching this know of any other way to make it look more sanitary, feel free to do it. And then I'll just turn around and throw this and my tape into the big trash bag. And then I turn around and sanitize my hands. Now I take the rest of my manicure. So everything should be labeled. See, my hand's soap, polish remover. And if your proctor, the person that's scoring you, is standing on this side, then you should face everything that way. But if they're standing on this side of you, then you turn it that way so they can see that all your bottles are labeled and facing them. That's cuticle cream. Alcohol, cotton box, your clippers and nippers. Let me move my hand soap up here. So you just lay it however you feel is easiest for you, but you want to do it neatly and not all over the place. Okay, so my 2-orange wood stick. A little foul. Your hand bowl and your brush. Then I turn around and throw this in the trash. And I sanitize my hands again. So now I'm ready to begin. So I sit in my seat and I lay my hand there and I will sanitize my hands and I will sanitize my client's hands. Just rub it on like that. So now you would get up and get some warm water. You would add a little soap in here, and then if you're testing at a testing site, then you can get up and get warm water. But if you're testing at my school or at a school that doesn't have a sink available in that testing room, then you can just pretend that there's water. Okay, just tell the person that is watching you you're going to get water and you're going to pretend that there's water in here. So now I will take a piece of cotton from my cotton box. And grab a little polish remover. And I'm gonna clean my client's hands. And starting with the pinky, okay? You always start with the pinky. And you just clean the nail. Now you throw that little piece in your tape trash bag on your side and you sanitize. Now you take your big file and you file your client's nails, starting from the pinky. And you just do up and down strokes. Just like how they tell you how to shape in the book, you do just exactly in the book. Down, over, down, over, on all fingers. Throw your file away, sanitize your hands. And now you want to soak your hand in the finger bowl for about 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So after the soaking of 5 seconds, then you take your brush and you brush their fingers and nails. Then you grab your towel right here and then tap it dry, just like that. Go ahead and throw that in your trash bag and sanitize. Now you grab another piece of cotton and you wrap it around your orange wood stick. Like so. And then you would get your cuticle cream. Put a little dab on there and you will go around the cuticles. Around the cuticles. Starting with the pinky, okay? Then you would throw away your orange wood stick. You'd sanitize your hands. Now you take your tool. You take your cuticle pusher and you will push back the cuticles starting from the pinky. Then you use your other end to clean underneath the nail. And then you would pick up your nippers and you would trim the cuticles. So there's your scoring this part on how you hold your nippers, if you know how to hold it correctly. So you just take your time. Now you buff the nails, starting from the pinky, and you just buff one direction, okay? Like a downward. Don't go back and forth on it, just go down. Down on the right, and then down on the left. Then you throw away your buffer and you sanitize. So now we get our oil. Now if you don't have one of these bottles, then you can just create one just like those and use an orange wood stick with a piece of cotton to put it on. So you just put it on right on top of the cuticle. Now you take your small file and you just go lightly under the nail so it takes off all the fuzzies if you have any. And you throw away that file, sanitize your hands, and then you lotion and massage. So you squirt a little bit of lotion and you massage your hand. Go down the fingers. You flip your customer's hands up and you massage up the hand. Now you get a piece of cotton. Spray it with alcohol. And you clean your nail. You throw away your piece of cotton and you sanitize your hands. And you are done with your manicure portion of the exam. So before you raise your hand and say that you're done, you have to clean up your station, okay? So before we say that we're done, we will have our hand on the back table. And if we had water in this, then we would get up and pour it out, wash it, and then come back with it. But this is when I would bring my multi-use container up and put all my bottles in here. Like that. And I had an extra orange wood stick here just in case you had dropped yours. There was an extra one, but since we didn't need it, we'll throw that in the trash. Sanitize our hands, and we grab our sanitation wipe. And we wipe down our table and chair. Okay, then we lay this back down. Throw this in the trash, sanitize my hands, and I will grab 2 sheets of paper and lay it on top of my towels. I'll bring my hand back over, and then I'll raise my hand and says I'm done. So next is our nail tip application, and we will have 25 minutes to do that as well. So now I turn around and I open my bag. And then don't forget to re-zip your bag. And I have it here, and same thing, you just lay out everything. So if you don't wear glasses, you go ahead and put on your goggles for eye protection. And just lay glue, dehydrator, your buffer, your file, orange wood stick, your clippers, and of course your tips. Then you throw this bag away in the trash bag. And then you would sit down, sanitize your hands, sanitize the mannequin's hand. And now you just pick one finger to do your nail tip application. And I'm gonna pick this ring finger. So I'm going to pick up my orange wood stick and I'm going to push back the cuticle on the finger that I'm going to glue the tip on. And it will be the ring finger for me. Push your cuticles back and then you throw your orange wood stick away. Sanitize your hand. And then you will buff that same finger. Downward strokes. Throw away your buffer, sanitize your hand, and this is the proper way to do it. You just put your hand at the bottom and sanitize, okay? So after you have buffed to remove the shine, you want to spray the dehydrator. And just spray it. You can pretend to spray, just so that when you glue it, it sticks. Because if you actually spray it, you probably have a hard time getting the glue to stick. So, but we don't want to skip that step, so we'll just go ahead and pretend to spray it. Now you get your tips out. So I'm going to pick one and it looks like it does not fit. You want to pick up the one that don't fit first and then put it back and then pick up another one and that one seems to fit. So then I'm going to have it right there and I'm going to get my glue. I'm going to dab a little glue on the finger, like that. And then I would glue my tip on. And I'll rock it back and forth like this. So after you rock it back and forth for a little bit, and then you let go of your nail, and now you want to throw away all of this in the trash so it's not all over the place. So throw all that, sanitize your hands, and get your clippers. And I put both types in here, so if my students want to use one over the other, they have that option. So now you just put your clippers and you clip the nail. And you want to hold on to the tip of the nail so it don't fly everywhere. And just clip it like that. And slide up. Throw this piece in the trash. Sanitize your hands. And now we shape the nail. Down, over, down, over, Then you throw this away, sanitize your hands, and you buff. You want to touch it to see if it's smooth. Then you buff it some more. Throw away your buffer. You sanitize your hands. And now you clean up. So you move your hand to the back table. Get this and your dehydrator and put it in your multi-use box. Throw away your paper towel that was laying on there. And then you throw that away, sanitize your hands, and bring this back. Rip 2 more sheets of paper towel, lay it on your station, and bring your hand back, and raise your hand, and you're done. So your next portion of the exam is the nail form application. The nail form, they give you 35 minutes to do this part, and I just realized I forgot to take off my glasses, and it's okay if you forgot, you just wear it throughout the exam. So now I turn around and get my form bag, lay it on my table, and zip my bag. Okay, now you want to lay everything on your station. Throw away your bag and big trash bag. Sanitize your hands and sanitize your mannequin hands. So this is the odorless acrylic kit that you will need to have. It has to be unopened to be able to use, okay? And in this, you only need 4 things. Your acrylic liquid, which is this one. Your nail form, of course, right here. Your brush. If you have a brush that you rather use, you can bring it, or you can use the brush that they provide in the kit. And then your clear powder, which is this one, okay? Use the clear one, not the white one. So now I'm just gonna move these over here. Okay, so we will start by pushing back the cuticle on the finger that we will be putting the form on. So I'm gonna do it on my middle finger right here. You can either do the middle or the pointer finger, whichever is easiest for you to do. So I just push back the cuticle. Throw away, sanitize. I'm gonna buff. Throw away, sanitize. We'll spray my dehydrator. Again, we can pretend to do this. And then now I'm going to pour my product out in my 2 jars. So I'm going to pour the liquid. And my powder. I'm going to throw this away. Sanitize my hands. And I'm going to get my foam. You just need one. And you rip right in the middle. You just lay that on the side right now. You take the little round spot, you place it right in the middle on the back side. Okay. It's a little bit more difficult with gloves on, but you have plenty of time, so don't worry. Now, you just put one side at the very corner and you lay your foam down. And then on this corner, and then you would push your form up with your ring finger or pinky finger and you fold it. Press it in. Just like that. And there's no lifts. It needs to be straight just like that. And then you will open up your odorless primer. And put it on the nail. Now you throw away your little paper, sanitize your hands, and you turn around and grab a piece of paper, fold it up in 3 just like that, put your liquid and powder on top, and grab your brush. So you want to keep your hand at the bottom pushing the form up so it doesn't fall off on you while you're trying to form your nail. So you want to first start off by cleaning your brush. And I tell my students to start here first so it has time to dry. So this is the way that I show how my students to take the practical exam, and so far we haven't had anybody fail it yet, so that's a good thing. And they've actually taken some parts of the exam out, so we have less to do, so that's another good thing. So they don't really score us on how well the nail looks, so don't be so nervous. They just score us on if we're doing the steps correctly, if we're very sanitized, are we neat, because the public safety is very important. So you just work on building that as much as you can. And you don't need to make it very long as long as you created something. Okay. I think I am good. Now I get a big piece and I bring it from the top down. So now I'm just blending it together. And now I'm just gonna clean my brush and just fan it so it will dry a little bit quicker. So I'd like to explain a little bit more about this national exam. So from our understanding now, after we take the exam and we're licensed, we can work in all 50 states. We don't have to go to the board and get it transferred like we used to. Okay, now try and use to tap on it. If you hear that sound, that means it's dry. So now we can go ahead and pop it off. So the best way to do this is just to squeeze it in and move it down. If for any reason when you are trying to pop it off and it pops off the whole nail, then we just have to redo it, okay? So now we just throw this piece away. Sanitize our hands. And now we will pick up our file and we will shape the nail. And the reason why I tell my students to start at the bottom first is because the stuff that we use, it has to be odorless, and odorless makes it very, very runny. So just want to make sure that the bottom part dries very well. Okay, and as you can see, that nails look actually pretty good. So that is the original nail right there, and I've created a little length. So after you file it, then you will throw away your file, you sanitize your hands, and you buff. And you don't want to buff too hard because just very lightly underneath, and that's it. You throw away your buff, you sanitize your hands, and then now you pick your hand up, you move it to the back. And so with this, you want to fold up your paper towel and soak up all the liquid. And then you throw the paper towel in the trash and you pour the rest of that odorless powder in your trash bag. And then you put the jar, the brush, the activator, primer, and foam all in this multi-use container. You take your paper towel, throw that in the trash, sanitize your hands. Sanitize your station. Bring your hand back. Sanitize your hands again. And you're done. So you have finished your exam, and the last thing for you to do is the final cleanup, and they give you 10 minutes to do this, okay? So now, you first sanitize your hands. You're done with her hands, so you just go ahead and sanitize it. And put her, and you pick up all your towels, you throw it in the big trash bag. Bring your hand sanitizer back over here, sanitize your hands. Get a disinfectant wipe. Sanitize your table. Sanitize your chair and the legs of your chairs, arms and legs of your chairs, because you're done for the day. You throw that in your table trash bag, take the tape off, and go ahead and throw that into your big trash bag. And sanitize your hand. You will then push your chair up. Now you will sanitize this back table. Take it in there. Sanitize the back table. Throw that away. Sanitize your hands. And you open up your bag. And you place all this multi-use in your bag to go home and disinfect. Put your hand back in here. Paper towel. Now you just put everything back in your bag. And if you went to a facility to take your exam, you now go get the broom and come over here and sweep. But if you take it at my school, we're carpet, so I have a vacuum cleaner, vacuum in the back, and you just vacuum, and you sweep, and then when you come back, you take your trash bag off, take off your glove, throw it in there. Put it to the side. Sanitize my hand for the last time, and just sanitize the tar out of your hands. The more you sanitize, the better, okay? And finally, I put that in my bag, zip it up, and I am done. Raise my hand. So I hope everybody will pass their exam, and good luck.